Judas Priest, the early years of a metal revolution. The roots of Judas Priest trace back to 1969, when guitarist K.K. Downing and bassist Ian Hill, childhood friends from Birmingham, decided to form a band. They were inspired by the hard rock and blues-based sounds of bands like Led Zeppelin, Cream, and Deep Purple. The band's name came from a song by Bob Dylan titled The Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest, reflecting their ambition to bring a unique, powerful sound to the music scene. The early lineup included vocalist Al Atkins, who brought a bluesy edge to their sound. However, the band struggled to find their footing in the competitive rock landscape, and after several lineup changes, Judas Priest nearly disbanded. In 1973, the addition of vocalist Rob Halford marked a turning point for Judas Priest. Halford, introduced to the band through his sister, who was dating Ian Hill, brought an extraordinary vocal range and theatrical flair that would become the band's signature. Around the same time, guitarist Glenn Tipton joined, completing the dual guitar attack alongside Downing. This lineup solidified the sound that would define Judas Priest. The band began to craft a style that combined heavy riffs, melodic solos, and Halford's operatic voice. Their music was darker and more aggressive than much of the rock coming out at the time, laying the groundwork for what would become heavy metal. In 1974, Judas Priest released their debut album, Rocka, Rolla. The album showcased their potential, but leaned heavily on blues rock influences. Tracks like the title song and One for the Road hinted at the heavier direction they would take, but the album received only modest attention. The lack of commercial success left the band struggling financially, even as they continued to refine their sound. The breakthrough came with their second album, Sad Wings of Destiny, 1976. This album marked the true birth of Judas Priest's signature style. Featuring tracks like Victim of Changes and The Ripper, the record combined epic storytelling, dark themes, and razor-sharp guitar work. It became a cult classic, earning the band a dedicated following and cementing their place as pioneers of the heavy metal genre. In the late 1970s, Judas Priest fully embraced the aesthetic that would become synonymous with heavy metal. Inspired by biker culture and leather-clad rebels, the band began incorporating studded leather outfits and chains into their image. Rob Halford, in particular, became a visual icon of metal, with his commanding stage presence and dramatic costumes. Their evolving sound and image came together on albums like Sin After Sin, 1977, and Stained Class, 1978. These records featured iconic tracks such as Diamonds and Rust and Beyond the Realms of Death, showcasing their mastery of blending melodic elements with crushing riffs. By the end of the 1970s, Judas Priest had established themselves as one of the most important bands in heavy metal. Their relentless touring and groundbreaking albums laid the foundation for their massive success in the 1980s and their lasting legacy as metal gods. Judas Priest's early years were marked by persistence, innovation, and a fearless dedication to their craft. From the industrial heart of Birmingham to stages around the world, their journey redefined heavy metal and inspired countless bands to follow in their footsteps. Want more stories about the legends of rock and metal? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the best in music history.